Do you want to die less and drop 100 kills in one game? Well, first thing you gotta do is you gotta hit level 70, and that's right, you gotta whip out the Chris Vector, baby. Nah, I'm only kidding. Nah, but in reality, this video is going to be about a lot more than just your gun choice, like picking the Vector. This is going to be a guide that encompasses pretty much the basics that are in every single gunfight, because there's a lot of things that go into just any gunfight that choose who wins or loses. And then we're going to be talking about how time to kill fits into that. We're going to be talking about just, a lot of basic stuff right at the start. Stuff that's really like individual gunfights and how to kill people faster. And then the second sort of half of the video is going to be more about playing the whole map itself effectively and talking about map flow and how to find enemies even when you're not sure where they are. How to make educated guesses on where enemies like sort of are. Stuff like that. Yeah, so stuff like that. So pretty much first half, basics of every single gunfight. That I think a lot of you guys will find that stuff sort of handy. And I'm going to be explaining it in different ways because a lot of other YouTubers, I just find the explanations are lackluster. Like they'll be like, oh, use cover. But then they don't actually like really put it into your head like why that's useful. And I find that a lot of YouTubers propose cover as like a defensive tool, when in reality cover is an offensive tool. I know that sounds weird, but cover helps you get kills. It doesn't just help you live. And yeah, so I'll be talking about that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys get more out of this than what you get from other YouTubers, because it's all going to be straight from straight from experience. So anyways, guys, enjoy the video. So pretty much every single gunfight in BattleBit can actually boil down to your time to kill on the enemy versus the enemy's time to kill on you. And I don't mean just how fast your gun kills people, because when YouTubers reference time to kill, that's what they're referencing. But in reality, the time to kill they're referencing, which is in a vacuum, how fast your gun could kill, that's normally what they mean. That generally doesn't actually happen in BattleBit. You don't run into so many situations. When you get to the highest level of BattleBit, where players like both have really good positioning and both have perfect aim and both have perfect reaction time, then yeah, like time to kill does matter. But for the majority of the player base, time to kill on your gun isn't the only factor. When I say time to kill, I mean everything factored in. I mean, I'll simple it down to three things, but these three things do encompass everything you run into in BattleBit. Really simply, the effective time to kill, the actual one in-game, is your gun's time to kill, plus your reaction time, plus your aim, and plus, I'm going to actually separate recoil control from aim, because I think that is very different. And those are the things that go into how fast you'll kill someone. Same for the enemy as well. The enemy, if you're in a fight with someone, you shooting them naturally lets them know that they're being attacked, and now they are starting their time to kill. So the enemy's time to kill also goes into effect. Pretty much, your time to kill needs to be faster than the enemy's. So your aim, reaction time, and recoil control need to be better. But here's the thing, when I say those things encompass everything. Like, for example, earlier in the video, you see me sniping these dudes in the back of the head on a flank. Being behind someone, that increases their time to kill, because now they have to react to you, which they're probably not because they're focused on something else, so their reaction time is way worse. And the fact that they have to 180 and figure out where you are and aim you up makes their aim take a really long time. So their gun's time to kill doesn't even really matter when you're behind someone. So now that's a way of increasing their time to kill. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So I'm going to really quickly go in depth on a ton of things you can do to reduce your time to kill and increase the enemy's time to kill. So first part of the calculation of time to kill that we're going to tackle is recoil control, because I feel like recoil control is a big one that a lot of new players are going to instantly run into as a problem. Like, recoil is going to be an issue. And as of right now, the only ways to really reduce recoil are, first of all, via experience and manually pulling your arm down. But here's the thing, some of your guns will just have too much horizontal recoil, so pulling down won't really matter. Here's some things you can do. being closer means that recoil control doesn't matter, and that makes your time to kill faster. So being as close as you can. Honestly, with a lot of guns, a lot of the high recoil guns, being closer is just the most simple way of reducing it, and then also attachments. The reason I started with recoil control is because it is very like quick and simple, and I thought I would just let you guys know right away that really is how to do it. But yeah, pretty much being really close and having the right attachments on your gun reduces the recoil, and that reduces your time to kill. And that's all I'm going to say about recoil control, because I think that's one I just wanted to get out of the way. And anyways, I'll move on now. Talking about reaction time and how there's some simple stuff you can do to make your reaction time faster than your enemies, which sounds a little odd because, you know, it's like, how can I do that? But your reaction time can actually be faster than everyone you kill, and I'll show you how to do that. So my reaction time, I did a test and it's 175 milliseconds on the internet. I did one of those simple tests that's like, oh, this screen is green, click when it turns red, or, you know, red, click when it turns green, or whatever. And I got 175 milliseconds as my average. So I'm going to get a scenario in BattleBit, which that would be my reaction time. So let's say that dummy is me, right? And there's someone on this corner, and they go like this, and they look at me. When I'm this dummy, I'm looking at this person, and I'm going, all right, I'm going to play the enemy of when is an enemy going to round this corner, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and then they round the corner. It takes me 175 milliseconds to realize that they've rounded the corner, and then I can start aiming and shoot them. But that isn't actually the same for this guy. This guy isn't going, oh, yep, let me round this corner, and then he has 175 milliseconds to realize he's looking at someone and then lining me up. That's actually not what it looks like for the best players. They're using some tricks to make their reaction time a bit faster. So your reaction time is 175 milliseconds when you're waiting for something to appear. But when you're peeking, I'm not eagerly waiting for something to appear and then reacting and shooting it. I'm going to shoot this guy, and I know when I'm going to shoot him, because I choose when I appear on his screen, and I choose when he appears on my screen. So I'm going to choose he appears in 3, 2, 1. And my reaction time's actually faster. And you might be thinking, well, is it really? Where's the proof of that? If you go onto your stopwatch on like a computer or your phone right now, and you hit play, try to stop it as soon as it touches 5 seconds, like the instant it touches 5 seconds. And then also go on the internet and do a reaction time test and see which number is smaller. So if you try to stop it just after 5 seconds, I guarantee you, if you do them both 5 times and get an average, you will stop the watch sooner when you have a countdown to 5 seconds than if you just had to suddenly click as soon as your screen changed color. That means that the person who is getting swung, so this is called swinging or peeking, the person peeking has an advantage over the person getting peeked. And that, in my experience, what I found on my stopwatch was I could easily get it under 100 milliseconds extra. With a countdown, I can get my reaction time to under 100 milliseconds. So let's say that's a 75 millisecond reduction. That's a 75 milliseconds off my time to kill. That's how I reduce my reaction time. Now, there are some caveats to this, of course. You might be thinking, well, how do I get myself into a situation where I know where an enemy is? And then even still, I still have to swing and then react and then aim. But you don't actually have to do that. And a lot of good players do these little tricks to make you not have to do that, because this 75 millisecond reaction time advantage is huge. Some tricks you can do to reduce that, some tricks you can do to make this scenario occur in your games, is what you can do is you get pieces of cover that are like rooftops are really good, walls that see a lot of wide area are really good, anything that can see a wide area. And then what you do is you don't go, alright, I'm going to swing randomly. You sort of have a quick little swing and try to remember where the people are through the wall. So I'm going to swing, I'm actually going to shoot at this 100 meter target right here. And if you do like a quick little swing, you go, oh yep, bam. And now my aim's directly on it. So you swing, unswing, remember where they are through the wall, and then swing again. I can't just swing a corner for the first time and instantly know where a guy is. I've got to do a quick little peek first for info, and then I go for it. A really big time in your matches where you could actually do this a lot is if you're running from cover to cover and you see someone in the corner of your eye. That's a time where a lot of pros and stuff do that naturally. You're jumping to cover and you saw some guy before you got around cover. That's a really natural occurrence where you could add to your game right now. Anytime you're running from cover to cover and you see a guy, try to instantly then swing him through the wall. And you'll get a huge advantage on anyone killing you, a 75 millisecond advantage of reaction time. Another thing actually on top of that is you also gain the advantage of ping. So let's say my ping is 25, which I think is pretty average in Australia. When I swing a corner, for me it all looks normal, right? Everything looks normal, I swing. But for that guy, it's going to look very different. It's going to look delayed. And that's because my computer sends a signal to the server that says I'm visible now, and that takes 25 milliseconds to get to the server. So then the server has to send the signal to that guy's computer. So let's say I'm just going to say 25 milliseconds because I think it's just I don't want to like that's a bit of a low ball, but that's what I'll say. 25 milliseconds on top of the 75 millisecond reaction time, you're now cutting 100 milliseconds off your time to kill. And with guns like the Chris Vector and the MP7 and the FAL, that can make you feel like you die instantly. Especially if someone's behind you. If someone's behind you, your reaction time is going to be worse because you're not even expecting to be shot. So that's why when you die, it can feel like it's instant. But when you kill people, it feels really normal. So what you've got to try to do in your games is try to abuse this by being the person swinging a corner. And to get the info you need, I'll just really quickly do a recap. Info you need, do a quick info swing and then do it. And then like use your advantage. Or when you're running to cover, try to catch someone out of the corner of your eye and then swing them. Or alternatively, get into a position like a rooftop where you can swing, reposition, and then get your advantage. So rooftops I love. You see in videos a lot, I'll do like the proning and unproning and stuff. Like with the AUG video, I did that on the roof. It's huge doing that. That's like a really big thing. I'm constantly re-swinging to get my advantage back. And that's why when it looks like those guys are dumb that I'm killing. Like they're not, of course, but it looks like they are because they're not reacting to me at all. That's because they're dying before they even react. And that's because of the inherent advantages of swinging that I've just said. So in your match, try to find as many bits of cover as you can to do this, and that'll be how you get kills on players. Now that we've talked about how you can get a reaction time advantage in your time to kill, and we've briefly covered just sort of like recoil and having to be close, now it's time to talk about aim. Now, the thing is about aim, and you know how YouTubers constantly talk about try to get into a place where you can reposition a bunch. I'm going to explain why repositioning gives you an advantage. So first I need to explain that there's two types of aim. There is mechanical aim, which is like flicking, like that. Not like a crazy flick. I'll try to do a crazy one, but I don't think I'm good enough to do so. But it's like flicking, and there's a guy already on your screen, and you're trying to close the gap between your crosshair and a target that's already on your screen. That's mechanical aim. Or alternatively, it could even be a target on your screen that you're trying to follow. That also falls under mechanical aim. But there's another type of aim called passive aim, which is easily more important. In so many instances, passive aim is just super duper important. Passive aim is when there's no targets on your screen, just kind of where your aim is going. So when I talked about swinging and trying to aim at a guy, the better your passive aim becomes, which is you're aiming like through the wall, the less mechanical aim you'll have to do. So you don't need to be a crazy awesome dude who can flick a bunch. You can take as much time as you want behind the wall to aim a guy up and then shoot him. And so yeah, that's your passive aim. So the reason that repositioning is so good, right, is because the enemies, if I am on this rooftop and I do the prone thing, let's say I don't kill this guy, which is super reasonable, I unprone, whatever, oh man. If I go all the way over here, that player's passive aim is aiming at where I used to be. He's aiming just a little bit above where I used to be, right? But if I go here and I pre-aim him through the wall, my passive aim's directly on him. Whereas he needs to use a bunch of mechanical aim to switch to me. And that also affects the reaction time. I'm not going to really go that deep into it, but really, you're trying to get your passive aim as good as you can, and you're trying to make their passive aim really bad. And that's why buildings are awesome. That's why buildings are the best, because there's so many different places I can swing from. And that means that person's passive aim is just naturally going to be much worse, because they have to roll the dice and choose where I'm going to swing next. So I might do this, right? Let's say that target's an enemy, and I'm shooting at him. Let's pretend I didn't kill him. Let me just, and then I didn't kill him, and I go like that. Sometimes I'll do this, but instead of re-swinging him from this angle, because he might think, oh, that guy's going to swing this window because I saw him running in that direction, I'll re-swing from this window. Or alternatively, I might jump out this window and then run around the corner or something. You know what I mean? Like, you have so many options on how to throw off that person's passive aim. And that means that they have to do huge nutty flicks to make up for your movement. Which, by the way, even the top players do not find that easy. Like, the best of the best do not find that easy at all. It might seem like they do on YouTube, but trust me, they don't. Repositioning is good because, yeah, it makes their aim time to kill much, much, much longer. So that's why being inside of a building or something is so strong. And that's why you see streamers get crazy clips of them doing tons of movement around buildings. The reason the movements are so useful is because the crazier the place you appear from, the longer it's going to take for them to react and aim to you. Because you have an idea in your head where the enemy is, but they don't have an idea where you're going to appear. If I were to sum that part of the video up into a few sort of terms, and maybe like a couple of sentences, is pretty much you versus an enemy. You are trying to reposition into an even crazier spot than he is, like a weirder spot that they would not pre-aim. You're trying to make his pre-aim bad. Alrighty, well, this is actually going to mark the end of the video, because when I was in the middle of making it, I found that these fundamentals actually took up so much more time to explain than I thought they were going to. Originally, this video was going to be how to get 100 kills in a match. And I'm really sorry, I had a few commenters, and I really am sorry that I couldn't put it in this video, but the next one will definitely involve it. I was going to talk more about map flow and things. I even might have mentioned that in the intro, and that's my apologies. But I hope these fundamentals kind of paint a picture to you about how this game works to its core. And in my future videos, now I'll be able to reference these things without having to clarify, because I was trying to explain some stuff in my first edition of this video. I was trying to explain things, and I found that I need to make a video on the fundamentals first. So I hope this helps you understand shooter games in general, and makes you understand what content creators mean when they say reposition a bunch and try to peek and try to have cover. Because I just think that if you actually understand these things, you and your game, I think that when you start doing things well, like you start killing people more, I think you'll be able to you yourself will be able to realize and feel these things that I've been saying in this video. I think you'll be able to go, oh, I feel that advantage, and that guy had no clue, and I destroyed that guy, I repositioned. You'll understand how all that stuff feels more, how it feels to play good. So when you do play good, you can instantly recognize that's what's happening. Once again, I'm sorry. I did do a script for this video, but I just had to go off so many times, so I'm really sorry. And I'm really sorry if I repeat myself a bunch. My next video's quality will be a lot higher, because every video I aim to be better. And anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the funny fake out intro. I hope you didn't think I was being legit. And please leave a comment. Comments are super awesome. I love talking to you guys and seeing what you guys reckon. Also, I really like suggestions, because I will do them. I'm really looking to improve. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.